well as dance. So, ladies and gentlemen, talking about today's guest, she is a graded artist by Doordarshan. She has been a recipient of several accolades, such as Junior Diploma from Prayag Sangeet Samiti, Allahabad, in both Bharatnatyam and Hindustani vocal music. The prestigious National Scholarship to Young Artists for Bharatnatyam from the Ministry of Culture, Government of India, and titles such as Nritya Vilasini, Rajat Jayanti Samman, Nrityanand Lahiri, to name a few. She has been a part of multi-city tours in abroad, 60 years of Indian Republic, a six-city tour in the United Kingdom, organized by ICCR, India in Chill, celebrating 70 years of Indian independence, organized by Festival of India, Government of India, and International Festival of Music and Dance, organized by ICCR. In January 2015, she had the privilege of performing for former US President Barack Obama and US delegations in a cultural evening hosted by President Pranab Mukherjee on the eve of Republic Day at the Rashtrapati Bhavan, organized by Seher. In February 2016, she represented India at the International Music and Dance Festival in Thailand and also performed for the Prime Minister of Thailand, Honorable Prayut Chan-o-cha, organized by ICCR. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to request you to fill the chat box with virtual claps for our today's guest, who is none other than Mrs. Radhika Kathal. How are you, ma'am?
I'm very well. How are you?
मैम आई एम ऑल्सो गुड एंड मैम अगर मैं आपके अभी जितने भी अचीवमेंट्स पढ़ने बैठता तो शायद ये जो हमारे आज का इवेंट का टाइम है वो सारा उसी में निकल जाता बिकॉज आई गेस द प्रोफाइल दैट आई हैव गॉट टुडे वाज द लॉन्गेस्ट इन अचीवमेंट्स.
I wouldn't say achievements, but I would say yes, different experiences, and with the blessing of my gurus and the Almighty and my parents, what I am today, it's all because of them. I owe it to them. So yeah.
So ma'am, my very first question to you is a very basic question कि जो last के 6-7 महीने थे जो कोविड पेंडेमिक का टाइम था वो कैसा रहा?
So it was pretty tough because we all, telling humans to not step out and just be at one place, and especially dancers and musicians who go for performances, for collaborations, for friends' performances to their classes where we learn. It was a difficult time. Although it was tough to manage because no one was allowed at home and सारा हमें घर का काम खुद ही करना पड़ता था. So
yes,
cleaning and drying clothes, kapde dhona and all those small household work which लगते छोटे हैं but then बाद में पता चलता है ही काम है. So I think it all I started from there. I mean, I started managing my daily routine. Plus, also I am working at Shivnada School, Noida, where I'm the primary arts anchor. So I basically look after the arts integration in the primary school, and switching everything to online. The classes, all the schools went online, and adapting to the online mode of teaching was a little challenging because हम कितना भी कह लें कि technology है और बहुत supportive है and Wi-Fi भी अच्छा है, सब है, but it's a little difficult to engage students through online mode, physically. Even for dance, because in dance, how do you correct a posture? You can just say keep your back straight, and so just all those nitty-gritty things were there, and that took a lot of my time in sort of adapting and changing into this online mode of communication. And also learning about new applications, which was the positive aspect, because otherwise I wouldn't have been, wouldn't have learned how to edit videos, how to edit music, how to sort of create an activity online. How do I also learning about different pedagogies in arts education, which is happening, not in Indian schools but outside, so learning from there, and lots of webinars to attend, so much of information, which wouldn't have been possible because we wouldn't have gone out of India to study an arts education program or something like that. But everything in this pandemic was available on one desktop and like one laptop, and you just click on the meeting link. So I think there are both negative and positive aspects, because I missed during the pandemic, I missed going to my own classes. I missed obviously meeting my Shiv Nadar students. I missed going to my own classes where I teach, where I learn from my guru Geeta Chandranji. And because it's all about, sometimes we tend to be very comfortable with spaces. For dance, there is this space for dance. This is for work and all that. So all those things were there. We missed classes, but then everything turned virtually. So glad that my Guruji also offered online classes, started online classes at the institute, which is Natya Vriksha, and we were able to learn from her. So that's one thing. And missed meeting my parents. Even if I live in Delhi, we did not meet, and missing the family. But yeah, I mean, WhatsApp video calls every now and then were
Yes,
thing which it was a privilege to to sort of have that thing, to be able to connect with family even through these virtual modes. So yeah, both negative and positive aspects. But the larger part is basically what the pandemic taught me, and it's still like teaching. We're still learning, since we are in this
yes, sir.
now, is time managing, which is one of the most important thing. And spaces, like this is my workspace, this is my cooking space, this is my dance space, and all that, and managing the time. As to now, when you're online, you have to be, there is a lot of work, obviously. You have to design the lesson plans, you have to sort of get students talking, and
Yes, sir.
and it's difficult for the teachers to sort of keep requesting the children, please switch on your videos, let me. I can see they keep it right here as well, but I'm sure this is a professional part. But yeah, so all those were challenges, and but yeah, I enjoyed, and it was great to adapt to different things and learn.
Yes, family as a student can understand this part, that teachers keep on requesting us that kindly switch on your cameras, kindly unmute yourselves, and kindly answer what we are asking. So yes, this is a challenging part for teachers, and I kind of like now it's a little embarrassing for me when I'm talking about myself as a student. And moreover, ma'am, you talked about challenges, and ma'am, I guess that in these challenging times, we get to know that how capable we are of, how much capable we are of doing things. And who could think of a semester online? Just if I talk about 8 months back, we could never think that we would be sitting at our homes, and our college semester would be conducted completely online, online exams, online lectures, and each and everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because, like I speak from the teachers community as well. The teachers are working really hard. Like we are literally designing the plans, keeping in mind that each child's learning is not the same way. And, each child adapts to or wants different strategies for him to, for him or her to progress in the learning. So keeping in mind the differentiated learning part where, we are customizing plans for each child and making them understand that one child immediately understands through a video, but the other child does not like videos but want to sort of read a guideline sheet. So creating all that sort of is a task, and I think teachers are doing a great job.
Yes.
I
Hats off to all the teachers.
Yeah. Also in this pandemic, the dance community and the performing arts community has been hit like so hard because there are no performances happening. So all the full-time dancers and musicians and the folk artists whose survival was this the art form like performance has been hit very badly. And yeah, I think we should be thankful for where we are. We should be grateful for what we have, and we should support and yeah, and just be strong that we will sort of pass this as well. So yeah.
Yes, ma'am, it's really true. Even I was watching a meme few days ago that when we'll be entering 2021 on 1st January, we should congrats ourselves that we survived 2020. Because really it was a very tough time for each one of us. Maybe not each one of us, but many of us.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, moving to the next question. Not everyone gets a chance to convert their passion into profession. And ma'am, you chose music and dance both. यहाँ पे if I talk about myself, अगर मैं अपना time schedule देखूँ तो if I talk about anchoring और public speaking, जब मैं बात करूँ मेरी classes की, so मैं सोचता हूँ कि इसको कितना time दूँ और इसमें career, उधर से अपनी coding classes जो भी है, तो वो एक ही चीज manage नहीं हो पाती है. But you managed both and you brought laurels to India in both the fields. So, ma'am, how did you do that? How was the journey with dance and music?
So it's a long 25-year journey, but I'm just going to sort of tell you a few insights as to how I started. I'm not born into a traditional arts family. So like my dad is an IITian, typical engineer person. My mom is from Palakkad, which is a small town in Kerala, on the border of Kerala and Tamil Nadu. So so there was no person in my family who was into arts. Definitely, because my mom belongs to the South India, I had my uncles and my mamas and my mummies, they used to sing Carnatic music, because in the South Indian families there's a tradition that at least a child should learn Carnatic music or Bharatanatyam or any other art form of that particular state. So I am basically my dad is from the north and my mom is from the south. So I was born into this mixture. So my earlier days, I have grown up listening to old melodies, because my grandfather was a station manager at All India Radio, and I grew up listening to Geeta Dutt and Talat Mahmood and all those singers, and they used to come in these C60 cassettes, and I used to listen to them. And similarly, in my mother's side, I used to go for 2-month summer vacations. जो हमें school में मिलता था. I used to go to Chennai for the 2-month summer vacations at my Nana Nani's place. And there I used to listen to Carnatic music, because my Nani, we call her Pati in Tamil, Tata and Pati. So she used to wake up at 4 a.m. and she used to listen to MS Subbulakshmi's bhajans in the morning. And she used to make it a point that I wake up and listen to that, and help her with the kitchen work, and get flowers from the temple, or things like that. And in those 2 months we used to visit performance spaces to see performances. So I grew up in both these places, right? Both these experiences. And that it was then that after after my mom saw that I'm a little inclined towards these art forms, then she initiated me into learning Bharatanatyam. And it was also because as soon as I used to listen to the music, जो हम मतलब usually हम जैसे wedding में जाते हैं, हम एकदम से डांस करना शुरू हो जाते हैं, right? And there are relatives who say that अरे ये तो बहुत अच्छा डांस कर रही है या कर रहा है, इसको आप डांस क्यों नहीं सिखाते? So these conversations, I'm sure it's relatable to everyone. So that's when my mom initiated me into learning dance and music. So and I started my formal training under Dr. Sneha Chakradhar in Delhi, and then I moved on to learn finer nuances in Bharatanatyam from my guru, whom currently whose student is Srimati Geeta Chandran. So at her Natya Viksha Institute. So that's where I started my formal training, and simultaneously I started learning music from Mili Maitra, who was my first teacher. And so there was at that point of time, I did not know what passion is. It was a routine which I used to follow. So every like twice a week, I used to come from school, have one paratha, go to dance class, come back, tuition, and then sleep. And then again, the other 2 days in the week, come back from school, have lunch, sit for music classes, and again homework, and then school. So that was my regular routine. And at that point of time, I did not know that I would be taking this up as a profession. But it was further in my learning where I realized that okay, this is something which I like, and I like to go to classes. I like to attend music classes. I like to go for performances. So everything was liking at that point of time. And slowly, as you grow into the art form, you learn. Obviously, first 10 years are foundation years, because you learn the basics of the art form. And that's when I realized that this is something which I like. And it was even further, while I was in JMC, I did my bachelor's in commerce from Jesus and Mary College. I was mostly into the societies. I mean, I was the like president of the dance society and vice president of the music society. And I just realized that I loved doing this. I love composing music. I love interacting with the musicians and setting up a composition. I love choreographing. I love performing with my students on stage and with my friends also in JMC. And that's when I realized. So after my bachelor's in commerce, I was at that stage where ठीक है, bachelor's in commerce के बाद the next step is MBA, definitely, because it's it's a thing. So, and that's when I asked myself, and I told my parents that I don't think MBA is my cup of tea. I don't like studying. I don't like this thing. And even if I've got good marks in accountancy or business studies, does not mean that I'm I'm into it. So and I told my parents very frankly that this is what I want to do. And yeah, and there it was that my parents were like, sure. And my parents were in full support, but they said one thing, that if you choose to be in the arts, then you will not focus on any other thing. Kal ko ye nahi hona chahiye that you say that okay, so 5 years into this and then like ab nahi ho sakta hai. That's not an option. If you are choosing your path right now, you have to be in it, give your 200% to it. And like follow this. So that, I think that's what that's where I sort of realized that this is what I want to do. I love dancing. I love different allied arts of dancing, which is different allied arts of dance, which is, say, music, composing, rhythm, and studying about poetry, mythology, and all these things. So yeah, so that was after my bachelor's. I said I took a gap year after my bachelor's. I did not, because I didn't know what to do, and I did not want to end up in a college doing MBA just for the sake of it. So I took a gap year. I did theater in that year. I sang Bollywood songs on stage. I worked on myself. I did my Arangetram in that year, which is the debut performance of a Bharatanatyam dancer. And that 1 year taught me that this is my calling, and that's why I'm here in the field of arts.
Like, ma'am, you just told us that you told your parents very frankly that MBA is not my cup of tea, and this is the most challenging part in one's life. So your parents were very supportive, but we have seen in many cases that parents are not that much supportive, and children are not able to convey this to their parents that they want to pursue arts. So, ma'am, what's your take on it, and what message you would like to give to them that कैसे वो अपने parents को मना सकते हैं?
So I would say that when I confronted my parents, obviously my parents did not say, "हाँ हाँ चलो ठीक है." It was not just a 1 second conversation. There were concerns such as how will you earn? Because honestly, there is not enough money in the arts, but it's only the commitment and the determination which one has. You find out ways, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. So you find out that, how will you sustain yourself as an artist, right? So all those questions were definitely my parents raised, that how will you earn, because we all know that what package the students get after a commerce and an MBA, or an IIT and IIM combination. So we all know those packages, but that was the same concern of my parents, that how will you earn and how will you survive? What is the support? So I think there was a time where I also had these questions in mind, and it was not that हाँ मुझसे हो जाएगा, मतलब ऐसा भी नहीं था, but I was pretty sure that I don't want to do the other things, right? So I worked on elimination basis. So I was pretty sure that ये तो नहीं होगा, इसमें मैं काम कर सकती हूँ, right? So that 1 year which I took, I also learned a few things, and I told my parents that there is a way I work on myself. There are performances, there are teaching, and ऐसा नहीं है कि बिल्कुल भी there is no money. Obviously, it takes time. The gestation period is very long, so that's there, and I think that was a choice which I made, that I want to be in the arts, and yeah, and it was a well thought out choice. I mean, one shouldn't regret कि यार ये पहले मैं नहीं करता तो अब मैं ऐसे नहीं होता. Not yes, in my life, it has come after that decision, that why I'm a dancer, or why I'm in the arts. So I think my father also, and my mother was very supportive, since she belonged to the South Indian family, so she loved arts. So she loves music, dance, she loves watching performances. So she sort of said, okay, fine, you do it. But as a father, my father had these concerns, but he also understood my point. And I think as a parent, he gave me time, because it's a matter of time. And when one takes a decision into the arts, that a little time needs to be given for for the parent to understand that, okay, this is what she has chosen. She's happy in it. She will find out ways. So, all that support has to be there, and a little time. It takes time. So, yeah, patience is of the essence in the arts.
Yes, ma'am. And then you started learning Bharatanatyam at the age of 7. So, did you choose Bharatanatyam or Bharatanatyam chose you?
Okay, very tough question. Like I told you, I did not know what I was getting into, and it was my mother who, told me to start learning. She put me into one of these classes which were happening near my house. So earlier it was just a hobby class कि भाई ठीक है डांस क्लास मैं जाती हूँ and मैं जाऊंगी and वापस आ जाऊंगी, right? So yeah, so I don't know. I think Bharatnatyam, because there are lots of classical dance forms in India. Why Bharatnatyam is, I think, because my mom belongs to the south, and that's why that connection. So I think that's why I sort of enrolled. She enrolled me into a Bharatanatyam class. So yeah.
And ma'am, I have hosted Kathak artists, I have hosted Odissi artists, and it's my first time I am hosting a Bharatanatyam artist. So I want to know that what is there in Bharatanatyam, and also we have audience from all over lovely professional university. There might be many people who don't know about Bharatanatyam. So can you tell us a little bit about Bharatanatyam?
Sure. So Bharatnatyam is actually one of the classical dance forms of India, and it belongs to the state of Tamil Nadu. And this dance form was earlier done by Devadasis in the South Indian temples, and it was like an offering to the temple deities. And the word Bharatnatyam, if we sort of break down for the audience, there are 3 syllables: Bha, Ra, and Ta, and obviously Natyam, the word. So Bha means bhava or expression. For Ra means raga or melody, and Ta means tala or rhythm. So Bharatnatyam encompasses these 3 elements. Obviously, all the dance forms have these 3 elements, but this is just a little definition: bhava, raga, and tala. So that's what the little definition of Bharatanatyam. Obviously, the grammar of Bharatanatyam is different from like each art form is different in its own way, and hence the postures in Bharatanatyam are different from say Kathak or Odissi. I'm sure when you have interviewed them, they must have told you. So in Bharatanatyam, there's a very the basic posture is Aramandi, where the knees are pointed outside and the toes are pointed outside, and the back is straight. So that's the posture, and there are adavus, which are basic steps like we do. जैसे हम डांस में कोई भी स्टेप्स करते हैं, वैसे भरतनाट्यम में भी स्टेप्स होते हैं जिन्हें हम adavus कहते हैं. And there's a long list of adavus which one learns when one is initiated into learning the art form, and then slowly and gradually they come to linking those adavus into a korvai or a jati, and then they learn pure dance pieces, abhinay pieces. So yeah, so that's what Bharatanatyam is, the literal definition.
So, ma'am, as you have already told us about Bharatanatyam and its dance steps and all, so can we get a small performance from your side, a little bit that you can do right now, if it is possible?
So okay, so maybe not dance, but I would recite something for all of you, for the audience.
Sure,
So में जैसे कथक में जैसे पढ़ंत होती है, राइट, बहुत सारे बोलों को एक साथ जोड़ के बहुत ही सुंदर एक व्हाट शुड आई से एक सेंटेंस के फॉर्म में एक बनाया जाता है, ताल में निबद्ध होता है. सिमिलरली भरतनाट्यम में एक फॉर्मेट होता है जिसे हम जति कहते हैं, एंड जति इज obviously jatis are made by using the bowl of the mridangam, because क्योंकि भरतनाट्यम है और साउथ इंडियन तमिलनाडु से बिलोंग करता है, तो इसके इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स भी मृदंगम होते हैं और वायलिन होता है. द कर्नाटिक म्यूजिक ट्रेडिशन इज यूज्ड इन भरतनाट्यम. सो जो फॉर्मेट जति का है, सिमिलर टू अ पढ़न, बट डिफरेंस इज दैट वी यूज मृदंगम bowls and they are nibaddina tal. So this is something which we use to say the jatis. This is called the talam, जिससे हम jatis बोलते हैं. So I'll just quickly demonstrate one jati.
Sure, ma'am.
Talam kutak tikutak tadikutum tanek takina katak jam taritatana tanaka junu tadini timita tanek takina katak jam taritatana tanaka junu tadini timita taritatana tanaka junu tadini dimi takita tarita tanata junuta dimita tam kardum tarita tanata junuta dimita tam kardum tarita tanata junuta dimita tam kardum tam kardum. So this is the format of a jati, जिसमें हम जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि हम भरतनाट्यम में जो स्टेप सीखते हैं, जो अडबू सीखते हैं, उन अडबूस को हम इस बोल में ढालते हैं और हम उसे परफॉर्म करते हैं. So yeah.
Ma'am, it was so engaging. Even my foot started beating. Although I am never interested in dancing, but yes, it was so engaging at that moment.
You know, I would like to share this. My guru says, Geeta ji, that you know, आज जब वो होता है कि बहुत बच्चों को बहुत रैप पसंद आ रहा है और ये सब पसंद आ रहा है, तो वो यही कहती थी कि ये रैप से कम है क्या? This tongue twister is in itself is amazing and engaging. And जैसे जो लोग बोलते हैं ना कि नहीं ये रैप, हमें वेस्टर्न का रैप पसंद है, एंड तो मेरी गुरु यही बोलती हैं कि ये रैप से कम नहीं है. It's actually tougher than that. And you know, saying this in a format and you know how engaging this is. So I think both the rap and the jati format both are very interesting. But yeah, but ऐसा नहीं कह सकते कि ये उससे कम है या ये उससे ज्यादा है. But you know, yeah. So
yes, so this was going to be my next question. As you can see, Western culture is trending in these times, but you chose classical. So why did you prefer classical over the Western culture?
So I think what I feel is that the foundation of any dance form, चाहे वो आप folk लो, चाहे Western dance forms लो, I think classical में मुझे it came comfortably to me, one, and second part is ऐसा नहीं है कि मैंने Western dance explore नहीं किए, मैंने वो भी किए explore. I was you know, for few months I was in Shamak Davar's summer funk, and I was promoted, and I was into this special potential batch where I used to learn jazz, and then I learned for few months I learned belly dancing also. So मैंने बहुत सारी चीजें learn की हैं, और उस चीजों को learn करने के बाद, अपने आप को expose करने के बाद मैंने भरतनाट्यम को चुना है. तो I think जो भी whatever point comes, जब आपको कुछ choose करना है, the thing is that we should be informed about it. हमें एक informed तरीके से choose करना है. And मुझे ऐसे लगता नहीं कि बहुत western influence हो रहा है, Because when I'm seeing, and now especially in the lockdown, when we are watching performances from all over the world on Facebook, on Instagram, I'm seeing a lot more dancers are into the classical arts. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि वेस्टर्न ओवर पावर कर रहा है आर्ट्स को. एंड yeah, I mean, it's wonderful to see that. But the only thing is that हमें जब भी कोई आर्ट फॉर्म कुछ चूज करना है, we have to be informed about it. ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई हमने देख के बोला कि ये मुझे पसंद नहीं है. We have to try it, give it some time for it to understand, for us to understand the art form, for it to sort of sit in our bodies. So yeah, so that's what it is. I think being more informed is a good thing.
Ma'am, when you chose dance as a profession, what were the challenges that you faced by the society?
So I think the most the question which I am asked many number of times is that कि ठीक है आप डांस करते हो बट आप और क्या करते हो.
Exactly.
So it took a little while for for example the extended family to understand that this is what I do and this is my profession, and teaching dance, performing, learning, all these things are very important to me. So I think it took time for me to make people understand and society as per se that this is what I do. The second question which I'm asked every day is कि अच्छा तुमने तो तुम्हारा डांस का पढ़ाई खत्म हो गया. So it's not like a 3-month course or a 3-year bachelor's course जो कि खत्म हो जाए, right?
Yes,
it's a lifelong commitment, and जितना भी आप इसमें डांस में घुसते जाएंगे आपको पता चलेगा कि अभी आपने कुछ सीखा ही नहीं है. There is a lot to learn, and even if there is a piece which you have already learned, उसी में ही आपको in the while practicing, while doing, उसी में ही आपको 100 चीजें मिल जाएंगी कि यार ये तो हमने सोचा ही नहीं, and so that's these two questions I usually get. There are no challenges as per se, but sharing about performances really helped. When so for example the social life was zero because my dance classes happen in the evenings, all my rehearsals happen in the evenings, so there was no party time कि हम बाहर जाके कहीं friends के साथ कर रहे हैं. But I think the what should I say, the way in which I told my friends and my relatives, I kept sharing my performances. I kept sharing my progress. I think when the society sees you as a committed and like as a committed learner कि अच्छा ये यही कर रही है, लास्ट ईयर मैंने बात की थी तो ये कर रही थी, अब इस साल भी शी इज डूइंग दिस, एंड this once a society knows about what you are doing and how serious you are, I think there is a shift in the way they think.
Yes, ma'am.
As and I'll give you a very simple example, and like most of my friends, they meet, and whenever we make plans, they purposely earlier they used to crib that tu to aati hi nahi hai, and you don't come to any of the parties whatever we invite you. Now we will not invite you. But slowly what started happening is that they started sort of fixing their meeting time not on the days of my class. So they knew ki she has a class on these days, let's not meet on that day. So that's how I think the more you share your art form, the more you share about your progress, the more society sees that okay, this is what she does and she's very serious about it. And you need to be at it, and I think you need to be at it in your art form, and they will automatically see that this is something which is very important and very serious for you. So yeah, So it's all about
And the message, the
not
message is,
convincing, but doing your best and let them, see what you're up to.
and ma'am, the message is saying that everything comes with time. Am I right?
Yes, everything comes with time.
And
Time.
ma'am, the spiritual teacher whom I follow, he always says that उसके घर में देर है पर अंधेर नहीं. It means it will take time, but it's not dark at the end.
Yes.
So ma'am, moving to a rapid fire round, that's a fun activity. आपको सोचना नहीं है, and बस जो आपके दिमाग में या मन में सबसे पहले आई, you have to answer that.
Okay.
So, ma'am, the very first question is that your favorite food item? I usually ask this to everyone.
My favorite food item is sambar chawal.
Okay, second question, North India or South India?
Tough question.
I hope your parents are not going to watch it.
No, my parents are already logged in. But yeah, tough question. But I would go with the South.
Okay, ma'am, and I would love to visit South when I'll get a chance, and I want to, but this lockdown came into existence. Next question, ma'am. If your house is set on fire, what would be the first three things that you would be saving for yourself?
Okay. Definitely my phone, my ghungroos, and my dance registers, because it takes a lot of time to write down everything what we have learned in the past, and I cannot imagine my life without it. So yeah.
And ma'am, in my life, after losing weight, writing is the most difficult thing for me. And then moving to next question, if a robot is given to you for a day, what would be one or two wishes that you would be going to fulfill from him? He can fulfill any of your wish.
Okay. I think cleaning the house and cooking, which takes most of my day. And yeah, it would be great if the robot is here every day and do that for me, so that I can have more time for practicing dance and music. For my
Yes, ma'am. Recently, we were quarantined for 14 days. Unfortunately, my parents were COVID positive, but right now they are completely okay. But that 14 days, the most difficult task was to clean the utensils and clean the house.
yes.
Because we were isolated in the room, me and my sister had to handle each and everything because maid could not come.
Yeah.
So yes, it was a really difficult thing, and I don't want to look at it back. And now I'm moving to the next question. Your favorite Bollywood actor?
Um, I like Hrithik Roshan, and I recently started watching Vikrant Massey and Vicky Kaushal. So yeah, these three.
Your favorite Bollywood actress?
Oh, Madhuri Dixit, no doubt about that. I forgot to mention this, but she's the one whom I started watching on television, and I said I want to dance like her. So, and my dad is a huge fan of Madhuri Dixit. So yeah, so we watched all the movies of Madhuri Dixit, and yeah, so she's my favorite actress.
You also answered one more question, that was your role model. So I guess she's also Madhuri Dixit or anyone else?
No, so my role model, when you ask me in dance, so I learned from my guru Geeta Chandranji, and I think it's been she's the one who has been seen me grow, and I've really admired her over the years. I'm obviously learning from her, but one thing which I always say is watching her dance is actually learning in itself. So and I truly believe that, because you know it's so nice to, you know, go to the class, and there have been times when, you know, she starts a piece, she starts teaching all of us a piece as seniors, when we have a senior class, and she said, "ठीक है, ये याद करके आना." And you know, we revise it because we have to, you know, show it to our guru that हमें आता है और हमने किया है. The next day, she will just change the entire piece with new hands, and and I just admire as to how does she do it, you know. And every time I go to the class and I see her, it's a different, it's a different class, it's a different approach to things. So I think I have learned a lot from her, even things like you know, teaching dance. Sometimes what most of the people think that अगर आप perform कर रहे हो तो आप वो dance सिखा भी सकते हो, but no, performing dance is one aspect, teaching dance is another aspect which one has to learn. So you know, she teaches dance, she sings while she teaches, and then she plays the talam, which is you know, so she does these three things. And obviously she also sings because she's a trained Carnatic vocalist. She reads about poetry, and then, you know, she choreographs. We have a dance company, her dance company, which is called Naturiksha Dance Company, which I'm a part of. And you know, she just comes out of the blue and gives us a whole new vocabulary to think. And you know, as a student, I wonder, "Ye kaise, matlab, how is it possible?" You know, and even if I can be like 0.00001% of her, I would be grateful. I'm still learning, but yeah, I admire her a lot. In terms of,
You, as an all-rounder, are lucky to have an all-rounder guru for yourself.
yes, she's an all. I'm blessed to have the best. And obviously in music, I have Dr. Shoma Singh and Professor Rajesh Pratap Singh, who guide, and both of them guide me in music. I've been learning for them for the past 5 to 6 years. And I think the beauty of their teaching is that you know, you have to not be stressed. कि बहुत, जैसे बहुत बार मैं भी जब बच्चों को सिखाती हूँ तो वो ऐसे मतलब हवा में ऐसे प्लेस करने लगती कि सा रे गा मा पा, and sometimes, you know, when while he's singing, they also lift the neck, sa re ga ma pa da, so they go you know. So how do you simplify teaching, and how do you simplify a raga, you know, for a child to learn? That simplicity of learning I've learned from, you know, my music teachers, my music gurus. So I think both of them have taught me apart from dance and music, they've taught me how life also has to be lived. Like, you have to be grateful, nothing to stress about, everything will fall in place once you're at it and you give 200%. So yeah, so I think that's these two, I really hold both my gurus, they're very important to me.
Yes, ma'am. I guess the flow, I would have to interrupt the flow because I still have 3 more rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So, your favorite Bollywood movie?
My favorite, Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara.
Yes, ma'am. It's one of my favorites too.
I think that's, whenever I'm feeling down, I watch that movie, and you know, it's a great movie. I love watching that.
I completely agree. Next question, your favorite tourist destination?
My favorite tourist destination, I really like Banaras. I really like. Are you talking about India or international? I don't know.
Your favorite tourist destination, either in India or in world?
Yeah, so I'm more. I like visiting places in India. So I like Kerala, and I like Gujarat, and yeah, I like Madhya Pradesh. So all these 3 states are my favorite states.
Last, and I guess it would be the most difficult question for you, but you have to answer it.
Okay.
Dance or music?
Oh, okay. So, I have a diplomatic answer to this. So, because without music, there cannot be dancing happening. So, I choose dance because, dance with the other allied arts like music, rhythm, and, instruments and poetry, everything combined. So, there is no either or. So अगर मैं डांस बोलती हूँ तो फिर म्यूजिक भी आ जाता है. So yeah, dance.
And next is not a question, it's a request. You just showed us a glimpse or a part of Bharatnatyam to us, but we have not yet seen your musical part. So can you sing few lines or anything related to music, any instrument or anything?
Sure. Just a minute. Happy to. I'm sure this is audible.
Yes, ma'am, it's perfectly audible.
So I had recently, during the pandemic, there was a, sorry, I'll just say first. There was a, so in this lockdown, there was a book launch. And in that book launch, the author told me to sort of compose one of his writing into a ghazal. One of his ghazals into, like, compose it and sing at the book launch. So I'm just going to sing a few lines of that.
Sure, ma'am. That would be very great.
तेरी ही खुशबू फिजा में एक बार फिर, तेरी ही खुशबू फिजा में एक बार फिर, तेरी ही यादें हर सो, तेरी ही यादें हर सो एक बार फिर, तेरी ही खुशबू फिजा में एक बार फिर, सोचा उस मोड़ के आगे निकल चुका, मगर सोचा उस मोड़ के आगे निकल चुका, मगर गिरफ्तार के सो रुखसार एक बार फिर, तेरी ही खुशबू फिजा में एक बार फिर, तेरी ही यादें हर सो, तेरी ही यादें हर सो एक बार फिर, तेरी ही खुशबू फिजा में एक बार फिर.
It was really amazing. It was outstanding, and I will be short of adjectives if I would be describing your performance. And yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
इसकी मैम कोई मार्केट में दवाई आती है to be so polite and इतनी अच्छी आवाज and डांस में भी इतना अच्छा?
I think life is in itself is a medicine. So all these the art form and the family which I'm born into, and my guru's teachings, all these things have sort of I've imbibed different learnings from each, like my family, my gurus, and in all the institutions where I have studied. And yeah, so I think it's all this thing is a part of my experience and what I have encountered on various stages of my life. So yeah.
I wanted to ask a lot of questions from you, and even I was enjoying this session a lot. It was really knowledgeable, but because we have time foundations, a last question for you: that what would be your message for the college students who want to pursue dance as their profession?
I think the only thing which I can say, and is very simple, it's actually, yeah, it's easier said than done, but it is possible, and ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरी की एज हो गई है और अब स्टार्ट करना, इज इट अ गुड टाइम. There is no age foundation in dance and in music, but so it is possible. And one can start, like if one has that will to begin learning, one should start right away. The only thing which is important in learning the arts is to finding a teacher, a guru, under whom you can learn. That's a task to find a guru. But I think वही है कि घोड़ा घास के पास जाता है, घास घोड़े के पास नहीं आता है. Similarly, जो हम हैं कि a student should find the teacher. And I'm blessed to sort of have my gurus with me. And the only thing is, what one needs to understand is that once you find the teacher, once you find your passion, and once you decide that this is your calling, you have to keep in mind that you should be like a lifelong learner, right? And I think आपको and मैं क्या कहूँगी, मतलब अगर आप एक साल भी कोई एक आर्ट फॉर्म सीखेंगे, कुछ भी, चाहे वो थिएटर हो, चाहे विजुअल आर्ट्स हो, पेंटिंग हो, चाहे डांस हो, म्यूजिक हो, आपको खुद अपने आप में एक चेंज नजर आएगा. You will make time for your passions. Sometimes I think the most used line is कि अरे मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है. I mean, 24
Yes.
hours are more, and everything is possible in these 24 hours. And one thing which I would like to say is that I've been blessed to have a strong support system, so whether it's my parents, whether it's my in-laws, and whether it's my gurus, my friends, whether it's my husband, so this I wouldn't have been where I am today without these support, these pillars, and although my husband is an engineer, and he's not into the arts, so he sort of doesn't like going for performances or going for recitals, but he gives me insights on my own personal and professional career as to how I can become a better teacher. He tells me these apps. He will tell me all these softwares to use. But without the support system, it wouldn't have been possible. And I think I'm thankful. And the only message I want to give is that it is possible. 24 hours is a lot of time. Manage your time well. But one of the most important thing is finding a guru or a teacher, and patience, because it's not arts is not a area where you can, it's a crash course. It's not a crash course. जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना 3 महीने में सीख लिया, 3 महीने में, ऐसा नहीं है. It's a lifelong commitment, and it is possible. But patience is of the essence. You have to be patient, and you have to be determined. you have to, and yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, you will, once you understand the art form, once you start, once the art form starts giving you joy, you will yourself make time for it. And it's all about understanding and articulating your thoughts and expressing what you have. So that's one thing which I think we should be thinking about and articulating our thoughts.
Yes, ma'am. In short, it was that everything is possible if you have will, if you have patience, and success will come with time. Am I right?
And a strong support system.
Yes, ma'am. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, ma'am, for giving your precious time out of your busy schedule. And it was a really knowledgeable experience with you. And if I would have got more time, I would be just enjoying this session. Because ये एक घंटा कब निकल गया पता ही नहीं लगा.
I would like to extend my gratitude to the lovely Professional University team, the Department of Cultural Affairs, the Students Welfare Association, and Prabjot ji, I think, who contacted me, and thank you to you for hosting and making this session a very enjoyable experience for me. And
thank you so much, ma'am. And I hope that this COVID pandemic ends as soon as possible. And I would be hosting you in Shanti Devi Mittal Auditorium of Lovely Professional University, and students of Lovely Professional University would be enjoying your art.